The NBA is absolutely terrified of this, as one of the biggest concerns I and other Cavs fans and just fans around the NBA, the biggest concern we've had is his pure upper body strength and his physicality. And it seems as if in recent workouts and in this offseason, he has gotten stronger and has worked on his physicality and his pure just upper body strength and his strength in general. He's been hitting the gym, and the NBA is terrified of this. Thank you guys for joining me here on Cavs Digest. I'm Matt Planger, your host for today. And before we get into this little Evan Mobley glaze session, but also kind of breaking down Evan Mobley's future in the Cavaliers and basically how he's going to perform and what he's going to have to do for the Cavaliers. That's what we're breaking down here at Cavs Digest. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's just under 68% of you are not subscribed. And to see what reports like this, even just fun ones like this, and breaking down what Evan Mobley's future career and future opportunities with the Cavs, and what kind of role he could have with the Cavs this upcoming season and in the future, just stuff like this. But as well as rumors, reports, actual signings, trades, and all of that stuff. That's what we cover here at Cavs Digest. Literally everything and all things Cavs. So let's talk about this. You saw it. Evan Mobley is seen looking jacked recently. It looks like he has put on so much muscle. And that is one thing that I have had a major concern with Evan Mobley is his low post defense. It looks like it is so easy to kind of just break through him. It looked like it 2 years ago in the Boston Celtics series and a lot of the regular season. Even with his Defensive Player of the Year performance last year, it clearly showed when he had to guard Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner. But it looks as if that Evan Mobley has fixed one of his biggest issues, and that's his pure strength that he has, the pure muscle that he has on his body. And it seems as if Evan Mobley has worked on that, and he has fixed it. He looks absolutely ripped now. Like, he looks so much stronger. He was looking kind of like Kevin Durant, but similar builds to Kevin Durant, actually. Maybe even thinner at points. He was looking like young Giannis, and we'll talk about young Giannis. We'll compare it to young Giannis. He was looking like baby Giannis. You'll see baby Giannis here. Yeah, he was looking like baby Giannis on the left there. And even that was hidden during his work of getting strong. He was looking like baby Giannis. But now it looks like Evan Mobley has added a good amount of muscle to his body, or at least is getting stronger. And that's going to fix one of his biggest concerns, which is his low post defense. Yes, he is a great shot blocker. Yes, he's a phenomenal defender. Unfortunately, it seems as if it's a little too easy to back him down, but he's good. He has good agility and good athletic capability and a good wingspan, as well as just good kind of ball finding. He has good ball tracking. He's very, very good at help defense and able to block shots. But his biggest concern on the defensive side and his offensive side was how physical, how can he back into somebody, and how can he prevent someone from backing into him? How strong can he be? And it looks as if Evan Mobley could be working on that, because that's been the biggest concern that I personally have had with him. And I know I've heard other people say on radio shows, I've heard people say it on social media, that one of their biggest concerns with Evan Mobley is his upper body strength. And it seems as if he could be fixing that, and he might have fixed it. And that leaves the NBA terrified of Evan Mobley and the Cavaliers, because I think Evan Mobley is going to have to play a big, more prominent role and could be the face of the franchise here. Not even just in 2 years, maybe next year. And I'm gonna keep breaking that down as we continue on with this video. So, this was rookie Evan Mobley, right? This is him now. There's a pretty clear distinction in his triceps, his biceps. They look a lot bigger. He looks a lot stronger than he did. He looks a lot bigger in the chest as well. Like, I know this sounds weird, but I'm being serious, guys. I know this is not me trolling. I'm being serious, because his biggest issue for most of his career has been his upper body strength and just his strength in general. The muscle he has on his body. It looks like he's easy to back down. It looks like he can back down people, but he goes more vertical than he does like into somebody. And that's the biggest thing we wanted to see fixed, is can he prevent getting back down? And then, yes, he stays strong and plays vertical well, but you don't want to see him get back down to the post. And it looks like he is fixing it when you see the comparison. He just looks significantly stronger. Like, very clearly, he looks a lot stronger. But I'll believe it when I see it. If you guys remember what Giannis looked like in his transformation, he went from being called Akakunkapo on the Heat broadcast. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And looking like he'd done the last, even though he kind of looked shredded in that photo, but he was so much thinner, and then he put on so much weight, and then he became the best player in the world. It still might be the best player in the world to some people's metrics. So that's a big thing. That is a big thing that Evan Mobley, I'm not saying Evan Mobley's Giannis, but it seems like he's putting in the work on getting stronger and putting in the work to fix what could be his biggest issue, and that is his pure strength. Not only that, he was in this workout and in these clips and that you saw in the intro video, he was working out with none other than Kevin Durant, and they went at it. So I'm going to show you that just for your entertainment, but also to inform you guys about how he looks kind of playing against somebody with a similar build than him that is also a phenomenal basketball player. Kevin Durant complaining that Evan Mobley backed into him. But you see, these guys were going at it. There's a good bucket from Kevin Durant, but Evan Mobley was taking him off the dribble, going into him, full step into him. Yes, he passed it away, but he took a full step into him, got closer to the basket. That's a great move. Of course, that's just Kevin Durant. Of course, this isn't serious basketball. I mean, well, it is serious, but this isn't an NBA game. These are two guys just trying to go at each other. Good defense there by Mobley. Mobley, of course, we know his low post scoring, but so that's just a kind of a fun thing I want to show you guys, just them going at it. But we get to see Evan Mobley kind of putting on upper body strength that seems like he is fixing. So it's going to be a lot easier to back into people and be backed down less. But the Wine and Gold podcast broke down 3 things in their podcast that I want to break down, and that describes Mobley's role in for the Cavs in the future. So the first thing is Evan Mobley as the franchise cornerstone. The organization views Evan Mobley as the future face of the franchise and the key to championship contention. Questions about Mobley's alpha mentality was their next topic. Questions persist about whether Mobley possesses the alpha mentality needed to be a championship team's best player, with coaches and teammates emphasizing the need for more assertiveness. Donovan Mitchell's leadership evolution. Donovan Mitchell has shown significant growth in his leadership, but this is the important part about Mobley, actively encouraging Evan Mobley to take a more prominent role. That's what the Wine and Gold podcast said on their episode, and those are 4 things that need to be highlighted. Because, yes, we know Mobley is a phenomenal player, putting up 30 minutes, 19 points, 9 rebounds, averaging almost 2 blocks a game and a steal a game, and 1 Defensive Player of the Year. But he is by no means a perfect player, and yes, he has performed well in the playoffs. Well, he kind of performed well in the playoffs, but it seemed like he still kind of was soft in the low post specifically. It seems like on one-on-one defense, yes, he can stick with guys. Yes, he's the best help defending big man in the league probably. But he still possessed a lack of muscle. It seemed like it was easier to take him in the low post or to just bump into him. Vertically, I would take Evan Mobley almost anyone in the league defensively. But when you got to go, when instead of just jumping up and down and moving left and right, when someone's backing you down and someone's boxing you out and someone's trying to prevent you from getting an offensive rebound, you got to be stronger. I know he's a great performer. I know he's Defensive Player of the Year. I know these stats are great, but he did have some flaws in his game that he must continue to work on, including stuff like his mindset. He needs to work on having a leadership mindset and wanting to take that prominent role on the Cavs. If that is there and the upper body strength is there, I think that Evan Mobley could be one of the best players in the league, and I think that the NBA will be terrified of seeing a stronger Evan Mobley mentally and physically. I'm at playing G Cavs Digest. I know this video was a little unique, but I mean, not really. This is still stuff we want to see. I know this is stuff that I want to share with you guys. I want to show you guys that Evan Mobley can put on some muscle, and I think the NBA does not want to play against a stronger Evan Mobley, whether it's up here or it's here. Evan Mobley being physically gifted or being physically better and mentally better is something that terrifies the whole entire NBA. And I think that he will have a more prominent role with the Cavs, especially now looking at what he looks like now and that he looks like he's getting stronger. So thank you guys for joining me here on Cavs Digest. I'm Matt Blangy. Comment below your thoughts on Evan Mobley, what could be a big transformation to him, a Giannis Antetokounmpo type of transformation, and his future role with the Cavs. Like this video, share this video with your friends, and thank you guys for joining me here on Cavs Digest.